YouTube us at Going. The Goat House is back, and Tevin Coleman is the free agent we're talking about today. Basically, what we got going here. Bunch of landing spots on your screen right now. And we're going to go around the room. We got 4 of us here. We're going to take turns removing teams one by one until we're left with one final team, and that's where he's going. But sometimes we disagree. I have a feeling we're going to disagree on this one. I don't know. Just a guess. I think so. Sometimes we have multiple teams on the board, and if you always could bring a team back on the board at the end too. If you don't like that somebody took one team off, you can bring them back on the board. But Tevin Coleman, free agent running back from the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the teams on the board. You know, the Colts have quite a few running backs that can play. They have a lot of cap space. They can go get a guy that's for sure their best running back, though, if they wanted to, like a Le'Veon Bell, maybe like a Tevin Coleman. The Niners have a guy like McKinnon and Breida. They both can play, but you never know on the health situation with those guys, and you can possibly get better here. Well, I didn't mention the Falcons. He definitely can go back. If Freeman's hurt, they like having Coleman in there. The Texans, do they move on from Lamar Miller? Or do they want kind of a duo? You know, Foreman, what's his situation after the injury 2 years ago? The Chiefs, they like to use multiple running backs. They really only have Damian Williams locked up right now. The Bears, been rumors that they could move on from Jordan Howard. Tevin Coleman would be a solid replacement. Buccaneers need a starting running back. That's pretty obvious. The Jets need a starting running back. That's pretty obvious. The Eagles need a starting running back. They got quite a few of them, but they can use a starting guy. The Packers, they like Aaron Jones over there. Maybe they can use some competition here. Maybe have it's always good to have multiple running backs to play. The Bills, if they decide to move on from LaShawn McCoy, he seems to be hurt a lot, so they do need kind of an insurance guy anyways. The Raiders need a starting running back. Depending on Marshawn Lynch, still think they need a starting running back. Dolphins got a couple guys, but they could get better at the position. And the Ravens, they got Gus Edwards, but they could be looking to upgrade here in free agency. Anybody want to remove a team?
Yes.
Go.
Packers.
They
already have a starting running back.
They already got their guy?
They already got their guy. They've already said that they liked him a lot, so I don't think they're going to move away from him.
Yeah, I would agree with taking him off. I think they would like to have Coleman because I think teams like to have multiple running backs on the field, use them all. But I think if they're going to go get another running back, they're going to get a guy that's like for sure better than Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, he could be better than Tevin Coleman. Who else wants to go? I'll go. I'm going to take the Colts off. They have the cap room. I think similar situation to the Packers. They have a couple guys. I do like Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack, maybe not as good as Tevin Coleman right now, but could be in the very near future, maybe this year. So I think if they are going to get a running back, they're going to go big or go home pretty much.
I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. I'm going to take the Niners off. I like the duo of McKinnon and Breida. I like it. Obviously, health is a big concern, but I think if you're splitting the carries the right way, you're kind of keeping both guys intact.
Okay.
I think it's Pete.
I like a lot of teams up here for him.
Yeah, it's tough to pick who to get rid of. We'll go with the Eagles.
Oh, I like the Eagles, Pete.
Is that your gold buzzer?
Every time I choose someone, Mars.
I like the Eagles, Pete.
I don't know about that, Pete.
I don't know. I don't know if they can afford
Will
him.
they have the money? Yeah, that's the question.
They can afford him.
I think they would love to have him. I think he'd be their
I think he's
starting
going
running
to get
back.
paid pretty good amount. Like McKinnon got paid a lot last offseason, and McKinnon really didn't do that.
I think he's better than
that
McKinnon.
much. He's definitely better than McKinnon, so I think he's going to get paid. He's still young too.
And they're two different running backs. I think.
But I'm just saying, like, he's going to get paid. Doesn't matter what the style of running back he is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's going to get paid more than McKinnon. So
Okay.
I don't think the Eagles can afford him.
All right. That's
You
fair.
said okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
I'm going to remove the Bills. I don't know what they're going to do with the shady situation, but they might as
shady situation.
it's a very shady situation. But they, in my expert opinion, sorry I said expert, I think they're going to build something through the draft and see what they can get through there. Isn't it relatively deep for running back this year?
There's no guy that's considered elite. Some will
But you can find people late rounds that's going to be at least a facilitator.
Yeah, you can honestly, you can get a guys undrafted because look at Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, it's true.
This is how running backs work.
I feel like the market for running backs haven't been as great as they haven't been in the past.
People don't reach for them or overpay for them. Some teams do, I guess, but yeah.
Is it my turn or your turn?
I think it's your turn.
Okay. I think it's time.
It's time.
It's time that Tevin Coleman answers answers the call here. He's ready to be the guy somewhere. So some of these teams that have like one solid choice or one solid running back that he's going to have to split carries, I don't think he wants to split carries again. I think he wants to be the guy. And I do not see Houston moving on from Lamar Miller.
Okay.
I like Lamar Miller in Houston, so I just think that Tevin Coleman's ready to be that running back, the guy for a team. And there's still a lot of options up here where he will not be the guy.
I'm going to go ahead and take, even though I like him there, I like him in all these teams, I'm going to take the Bears off because unlike some of these other teams, I think a lot has to happen for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? I think
some cap moves.
Not really just that. I think Jordan Howard has to be dealt or something. Like they're not going to have Coleman and Howard on the team. I highly doubt that. I think, and you could say right now, since Howard, he's on the team, most likely they go Howard, Cohen, and they draft a guy because Howard's going to be a free agent next year, and they have that drafted guy in Cohen as the future. That's most likely right now. Or they could part ways with Howard because they're just worried they're not going to get him back next year and just sign a guy long-term like Coleman. It's definitely possible. But I think if Howard gets traded one day, I'm thinking they might want to come back to this, and they may do it.
You want to circle the wagons?
Yeah. But for now, Bears are gone.
I'm going to take the Dolphins off.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Dolphins.
As Danny would say.
Dolphins.
Frank Gore's on his way out for sure, but I think they're believers in Kenyon Drake. I know they have a new coaching staff, so I guess they're gonna want to test him out, see if he's their running back for the future. But again, I don't like Junior was saying, I don't think they're gonna want to. I don't think Tevin Coleman wants to split carries with anyone. I think if you went to Miami, you'd have to split with Kenyon Drake. So,
and for that exact same reason,
do it.
I'm going to remove the Falcons.
Oh,
wow!
I think he wants to be the guy, and I think he's deserving of it. So it might be early because there's still a small chance that he has some unfinished business in Atlanta, but he wants to be the guy.
All right, let me jump ahead of you here because I want to make sure this next team is off. I think all these teams, they very well can go to any of them, but I think there's a clear four. I did really like the Eagles for them, but the cap situation, maybe they're the fifth one. But I'm gonna take off the Buccaneers. I think it can happen, but I think these four teams are more likely, and I think the Buccaneers really go big, like go real big, or go to the draft. I think that's what they do. So I think they go. Basically, I think they try to go Le'Veon Bell, or they go to the draft.
I like the Bucs, but I mean,
you
got to watch our other videos. But
do the Falcons let the Bucs get them because they're in the same division?
Well, yeah, that's true. But you see a lot of the time with free agents, they always go to for some reason they always go to division rivals. I don't know why.
Is he unrestricted?
We'll have to do some research on that.
We'll get the research department in on it.
But I always feel like that always happens.
To me, it doesn't really matter that much.
Teams in the division will pick up players just because they see them.
At least go after them.
Yeah, just because they see them twice a year, they know what they can do, and then they get to play their old team, and that's just motivation for them. But I think the Bucs will go after Le'Veon
unrestricted.
I think the Bucs go after Le'Veon. If they can't get him, I think they'll definitely go for Coleman. I like that spot for him. So
we gotta identify because we didn't do a Mark Ingram video yet. We gotta identify which teams would like Mark Ingram instead of Tevin Coleman.
Mm-hmm. I can see,
but I can see Ingram
style kind of guys.
Yeah,
I like it.
I can see Ingram going to a spot where he may split. That's what he's used to with Kamara. Maybe.
Yeah.
And
he's
obviously,
older.
I could see. Obviously, he'd rather go to a spot where. Why don't we talk about Ingram? I think Coleman's more likely to want or to go to a spot where he will be the main guy over Ingram. I think they both can do it, but I think Coleman's more likely to want to do that. Is what I'm trying to say.
I have a team I can go ahead and take off here.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to take off the Jets. The reason being he would be the guy for the Jets, but I think the Jets are going for top Le'Veon Bell. They're going for the top. And I think they have I think they have a very good shot at landing the top.
Okay.
So that's why
I think they're in the same boat as the Bucs. They're going to go for Le'Veon, and if they can't get him, I think they'll definitely go for Coleman.
What I think about, I think Le'Veon may rather go to the Bucs over the Jets if they offer max contract, same thing. Or maybe even if the Bucs slightly less than the Jets, very slightly, I think he can go to the Bucs. So I think the Jets are kind of left with Coleman, and I think they can overspend for a guy like Coleman. I think they'd rather have Coleman than Mark Ingram. But I also can see them going big or going to the draft, like I said with the other teams. But the Jets, again, they could be the ones that overspend for Coleman maybe and just land him. But we got 3 teams left here.
I have my winner.
You have your winner?
I have my winner.
Everybody just go around and say their winner. How about that?
Well, I just took a team off, so I'll go last.
Who wants to go?
Pete.
I'll go.
I'm not ready.
Who's your winner?
Chiefs. I think as a free agent, where you guys give me the look.
Go. Continue.
As a free agent, if you're wanting to play in a place that's going to be a fun place to play, you have Patrick Mahomes, you have Andy Reid, Kool-Aid Man over there. I think that's going to be an attractive place to play. I think Ravens probably has the biggest need, but as far as the offense-wise, you saw what Kareem Hunt did, you saw what Spencer Ware did, and I think Tevin Coleman could definitely fit in that offense.
What about the Raiders?
I just like the Chiefs, man.
Yeah.
There's too many question marks. They have a lot of draft picks. They could just be going full rebuild with Mike Mayock and Gruden, but I'm just sticking with my guns and going Chiefs.
Who's going? I want to go last.
I'll go. Me making this decision here, I think that I think the Ravens and Gus Edwards, I like that. So I don't think this is where Tevin Coleman goes. So I think it's literally between Chiefs, Raiders, and if I'm Tevin Coleman, I'm going to a contender. You're gonna be the guy either place you go. I'm going to a contender. So like Danny said, I would take the Chiefs.
You gave me a weird look before. I thought I was making a mistake.
I thought you were cheating, looking off my nose and cheating.
Oh, I didn't know you had notes. I was just saying. I mean, exactly right. Like if you want to go to a contender, Raiders are how many years away from at least contending to make the playoffs? I mean, I guess with all the draft picks, they can turn around real quick. But in win now mode, it would be the Chiefs.
Like I could see if it was like he wasn't going to be the guy, but he didn't go to a winner. I still think he would want to go be the guy on a bad team because I think he'd be confident enough that maybe he can be the answer for like Oakland. Like he's not his biggest threat in Kansas City is Damian Williams.
It's true, and
it's like a contending team.
I still think the Chiefs are wanting to
But
get
the
better
Chiefs
at that
do
position, so they're going to dish out the money, and they're a contending
I don't
team.
know.
The Chiefs do have money that
So
they
you're
need
both
to spend
picking the
on
Chiefs so
defense.
far?
Who are you
Yeah.
picking? I don't even know what I want to pick.
You don't know who you want to pick?
No.
Well, it's tough because
I like the Jets.
I do like the Jets. You want me to put them back
Give me
on the
the
board?
Jets.
That's your pick?
I like the Jets. Yes.
You like the Jets?
I think they're gonna miss out on Le'Veon.
You gotta take one off.
I think they're gonna miss out on Le'Veon, and then they're gonna overpay for.
I think the Jets are right there with a couple of these teams, but here's the thing: Tevin Coleman. We talked about he wanted to be like the one guy, like the only guy, and the Chiefs do it. They do like Damian Williams a lot, and maybe they can't pay him as much as the other teams, but then they could win now, and they do like using multiple running backs, and he's totally different style than Damian Williams. It could work with both, but then again, yeah, he is gonna get more money with like a team like the Raiders and the Jets. The Ravens are probably in the same situation as the Chiefs, maybe a little more money. Similar situation. Jets, Raiders could break the bank. But here's the thing here. The Chiefs running back coach was Indiana's running back coach when Tevin Coleman played running back for Indiana.
Danny did his research.
So my pick all along was also the Chiefs for that reason.
Wow,
the
I didn't know that.
Take the
Connection.
Raiders,
I didn't know that.
Connection. They can win now. They can give him some decent money too. But they got to get D Ford back. They got to.
I still think he's going to be the number one option in that offense, even if they have Damian Williams. I think I would say 90% of he'd definitely be a occasional third down spell if he's tired. But
Maybe
I
they
think the heavy
trade for
work
Jordan Howard.
It's possible.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was an Indiana running back
that's
too.
what I said.
Actually, I don't think Jordan Howard would fit that offense, but whatever.
So
It's either Jets or Chiefs.
we didn't pick the Raiders or the Ravens.
No.
Even though I think
I like both.
I mean,
there's a lot of options.
Yeah,
I like the Eagles a lot. It's just the cap situation. Like if they were with the Chiefs with the cap situation, I would have picked the Eagles. I think that I really like him on the Eagles.
I think I like the Ravens a lot, but I don't know. I got a feeling they're gonna ride the Gus bus.
All right, so we'll take the Ravens.
The Gus bus isn't out of gas.
It's not out of gas.
So we have some Chiefs picks. We have some Jets
plenty
picks.
of gas.
Yeah, like we said, I think if the Bucs don't land Le'Veon, I think it's a possibility. If the Jets don't land Le'Veon, it's a possibility. The Raiders, the Ravens. I do like the Eagles, but the cap situation is something to keep an eye on. Any other teams?
That's all I got for you.
I thought the Dolphins was pretty solid. That would be the next one, I think.
Kenyon Drake.
I think he's much better than Drake, though.
I think he's better,
he is,
but I
too.
think Miami's kind of. I mean, new head coach, you never really know, but I think that. I know. I feel like Miami's kind of dead set on.
I overdrafted Drake in fantasy football last year.
Sorry to hear
Mistake.
that.
Mistake.
Sorry to hear
Well,
that.
because
Miami
they were kind of
Miracle.
going Frank Gore a lot, which was a little surprising. Before the year started, you wouldn't think they would have done that. But, yeah. Well, there you have it. We got 2 teams left on the board. It was definitely a hard one. A lot of teams to keep in mind there, like we said. But majority picked the Chiefs. So it looks like he's going to the Chiefs, I guess. But
No, we confirmed it. Congratulations, guys.
There
One of you
There it
two
is.
got 'em.
City.
even though we're keeping the Jets on the board because Pigskin Pete picked them.
Mhm.
All
I
right.
didn't know the Indiana research over here.
I still like the Chiefs, though. Even if it
Our
wasn't for
stats
that.
your
department
homework.
is cranking away.
Yeah, you
dude.
should have done your homework.
After hours.
I
Do your
Yes.
homework. All right.
I'm doing it? Why am I doing it?
Because you're doing it.
You guys, this is what you had planned for me?
Yeah.
Do it.
I don't want to do it.
Just say it. What's on the screen?
20K is our subscriber
Yeah,
goal.
Pete.
Break
Like-
them down, Pete.
Like the button.
Hit the bell.
Like our stuff.
Hit the bell.
Like
Hit the bell, get the notifications.
Get the job done.
If you want. It's kind of annoying sometimes, but, you know. If
Not
we,
with this channel.
If we go live, you'll know.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
We're talking about 3 a.m., the darkest night of the year.
We get a text from a GM in the league. You know, he tells us what's going down. We got to
What do
go
you
live.
go live
You
at
guys
that
talk-
second?
Oh, I was like, what are
Yeah.
you guys talking about?
That's why you need
All
the
right.
bell.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
goal.
on a first name basis with Freddie Kitchens, so.
That's
You
good.
just called him. You should have said Freddie, but you just said Freddie Kitchens.
Well, I wanted people to know.
Yeah, he doesn't
Well,
know.
you're not.
I was name
so that was-
dropping.
That was okay. Gotcha.
Well, all right. That's going to do it for this one. Please subscribe if you haven't quite yet. Click the like button.
Like the subscribe button.
There you
Could do
go. And that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for a lot more. Goodbye.
All right, Peter.